Welcome to week 3. This week we are talking all about hydration and gut healing. In weeks 1 and 2, we have hoped that you will establish a foundation of cleaning out your cupboards and getting into some movement. And this week is really where you start to hit your stride. The first couple weeks is really a lot about organizing and just kind of orienting yourself. So what is your gut? Where is it located? And how can you heal it? What harms it? And what are some choices that you can make this week that are going to make a huge difference for you, not only this week, but for the rest of your life?
We noticed that 79.2% of you are not subscribed. So if you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Come subscribe. We give you 5 days a week of free weight loss advice. And I mean, come on. It's a pretty cool vibe over here. So I'd love it if you'd come join. We really appreciate all of your support. So please don't forget to subscribe.
So in this video, we're going to talk about, it's like, below your belly button, actually also above your belly button, your large intestine and your small intestine. It takes up pretty much your entire abdomen. And believe it or not, it plays a huge role in your weight loss journey. And your gut, they call it your second brain. And they call it your second brain because it's where you create a lot of the chemicals that affect your brain and your mood, like serotonin. And it also affects your hunger hormones, which is your natural production of GLP-1, believe it or not. And it also helps with your immune function, which means how well you respond when viruses enter your world, or colds enter your life. So it's called like your enteric nervous system, right? That's another name for the gut microbiome. And so what you might not realize is that when your gut is damaged, everything breaks down and you become really susceptible to attracting viruses and colds. You start to gain weight. You start to create like autoimmune issues. You could get cancer. Like there's all kinds of things that happen. Your gut is so important. And one thing that I underestimated were ultra processed foods. And Penelope started eating them at her friends' houses.
And they actually kill good bacteria. So when I was eating ultra processed foods, I would feel starving all the time. And I'd wonder why I would eat so much junk food and I would still feel hungry, because I would say, well, look, I just ate all of this food. And it was because that food was living off of bad bacteria in my gut. And then therefore I eradicated all the good bacteria. And that's why I only craved the junk food, but also never felt satisfied. When you have good bugs in your gut microbiome, then you start to crave healthy foods and you look better, you feel better, you don't have as much inflammation, you don't have constipation, some of the things that you guys might be suffering with.
I don't know if you killed all of the good bacteria, but let's just say that your gut has good bacteria and bad bacteria, and I'm way oversimplifying it. There are as many types of bacteria in your gut as there are stars in the sky. I mean, we barely know what we do know, and it's really an emerging field of science. Like if you went to your gastroenterologist, they might not be able to talk with you about this topic. And I only know about it because I decimated my gut microbiome by using a lot of antibiotics when I was a child, because I was very sick. Other ways that you can really harm your gut is by eating ultra processed foods like Penelope was talking about, and that is fast food like McDonald's and Burger King, by eating Doritos, and we think it's fine, but it's really not. And your doctor might not be telling you that because he actually didn't get much nutrition education. It's not fine. It's not fine to eat croissants and muffins and white flour and white sugar. Chronic stress can also really cause problems with your gut microbiome. Again, there are the good bacteria that you feed with healthy whole foods, and then the bad bacteria that feed off of bad foods, like the foods that make you inflamed and that make you grumpy and that make you not feel good, like donuts and cookies. But it's actually true. And when you're stressed out all the time, it damages the lining of your gut. And so we really want you to start working on different stress management tools. But isn't it interesting that like the things that you are using to soothe your stress are the things that are actually causing more harm? And so it ends up becoming this really vicious cycle. And so another thing that affects your gut microbiome are inflammatory oils like canola oil, and we're going to go into this again in a subsequent video, but soy oil and some of the seed oils, all of the seed oils. And in fact, when you try to avoid these oils, it becomes really challenging because they help to extend the shelf life of salad dressings and all kinds of other products that you get at the grocery store in boxes. And it's a good thing. It's fortunate that we're telling you this because it can affect your gut permeability. Canola oil especially, because it's genetically modified. When you eat food that's not organically grown, then you're also putting your gut microbiome in a situation where it has been exposed to pesticides, fungicides, herbicides, and all of these ingredients that are sprayed on our food and in the soil are affecting our gut microbiome. Because what do they do to the bugs? They kill the bugs. How do they kill the bugs? Pokes holes in your gut too. So it's just a matter of fact fact. So I really want you to start sourcing good, organic, ripe, in-season produce when you're eating and choosing your whole foods. And you're going to have to start making a lot of these foods yourself because it's really hard to find them made with good oils that are not genetically engineered foods, GMO-free foods, organic foods that are not sprayed with herbicides, fungicides, and pesticides. And I know we don't want to be all doomsday, but this is really valuable information that will save your life.
And sugar and flour, I don't want to forget that one. That one also feeds bad bacteria, which will make the bad bacteria in your gut grow. And that will also make you crave sugar and flour like a crazy person. I used to have that problem as well. So that's just something to keep in mind. Sugar and flour, I know it's something that we kind of want to negotiate on, and it's in everything, and you have to check your labels. We're basically asking you to change your identity and your life.
It is true. And how you do things, right? And then your goals and your commitments. So if your identity is someone that buys the food pre-done, who doesn't want to cook, and your goal is to get healthy, it's like those two things can't coexist perfectly. There are a few brands that we have found that you can get your food ordered, and it will be clean, but it costs a lot. Like
It does.
upwards of $2,000 a month just for the food.
Azure Standard is a really great place to buy lots of clean ingredients as well.
Right, clean ingredients, but I mean made for you.
Yeah.
If you're really busy, right? So we can help you out with that. But that really helps us to summarize just this first video. And you knowing this helps you to make different choices. You know, you think you're doing something great by eating salad, and then you want to go to the salad dressing aisle and just grab a salad dressing. You think they're all good, but if you really look at the label, they're not that great.
I actually had a member the other day throw away her dressing and get a clean one. So it's just like those are like little things, but they add up, and she's down on almost 40 pounds.
Your gut and the integrity of your gut determines pretty much everything in your life. Your mood, your immune system, so your health, how you're aging, your muscle fibers, how well you're sleeping, how well you're digesting, and GLP-1s, if you've taken them, also compromise your gut microbiome. And the good news is it can heal. It just requires you to make a few different choices. We're going to go into that in the subsequent videos.